Welcome, everybody. Sorry for the delay. I do apologize for making you wait, but duty calls. I had to take care of the kid. I woke up and Ingrid was screaming, and I did not want to leave Claire by herself to try and handle that. And I do apologize for the false advertising. Yes, I am having tea this morning and not coffee. I just felt like tea. So... I see a lot of people talking about the Nightwish live stream, and I feel like, yes, we need to talk a little about that. However, I don't want to spend too much time on it because last night, right when the show was done, I actually filmed a video that I'm going to release next week talking about the show itself and all of the gear and a bunch of other stuff. Kind of a, like, post-show... my thoughts on the whole thing, but also talked about some production details, broke down some of their gear and stuff like that. So I feel like that'll be pretty fun. Hopefully it's not boring as hell. I didn't really spend too much time breaking down the set list. It's not like that kind of video. It's more like I talked about the actual production of the show itself. Then spent time talking about each band member and what I thought of their performance and what kind of gear they were using. Because there were a lot of questions, man, about obviously Yuka and what he was using. A couple things about what Troy was using and stuff like that. So, yeah, hopefully it'll be pretty fun. I already filmed. I'm going to edit tonight, and I'll have that out this week. I'm having Irish breakfast tea right now, by the way. What did I think over all of the shows? I fucking loved it, man. I absolutely loved it. I mean, obviously with any kind of live stream, it's a little different because you don't have the crowd around you and you're not in that live setting. But in terms of the live streams that we've seen over this pandemic, I thought this was fantastic. I enjoyed it, man. And they switched up the set list between the 2 days more than I thought they would. I was surprised the second day when I heard a lot more different songs than what I was expecting. I was expecting like kind of the same set with maybe 2 or 3 different changes, but there were quite a few things thrown in that I was surprised about. I really liked it. You know, history buff, I wish I knew more about that stuff, but I really don't. I've never, I've been a part of music videos and live streams and stuff, but it's always been doing my job, which is the gear teching stuff. Like, I mean, I know what it looks like for them. They're literally in just a giant green screen room, but I don't know exactly what it goes into pulling off something live like that. I talked a little bit of details on that and stuff, but it was impressive, man. Yes, Floor is married to Hannes. I actually got a comment yesterday on a Sabaton video that I think somebody was actually being serious, and they're like, Nightwish's drummer is married to Floor from, or Sabaton's drummer is married to Floor from Nightwish. I was like, you don't say. Lucas, thank you very much. I appreciate that. Am I planning on watching Epica's streaming on June 12th? If I'm being honest, I'm not planning on it. I actually didn't even know it was happening. Now that I know it's happening, I might get a ticket and watch it, but I wasn't planning on it before you asked that question. There was a different vibe between the first and the second show. And I saw a lot of people saying that the first show they looked like stiff and they were nervous and stuff like that. I disagree with that. These guys are professionals, man. They've played thousands of shows. They've been a band for over 20 years. These guys know what they're doing. I don't think the nerves were anything to do with Yuka and stuff like that. I think they were just getting used to playing a full show in a green screened room. Like, I've worked many of these live streams over the pandemic. It's fucking weird. It's really weird. It's difficult for the bands to get, like, it might take a song or two for them to really get into it with no crowd interaction there, but in terms of them being nervous and stuff like that, I don't think that was the case. But the second show, you could tell that now that the first one was out of the way and stuff like that, it was opened up a little more. But I don't know. I'm not in their heads. Does my little girl grab my beard? She wasn't the first couple months, and now she's really going after it, to be honest. Their new drummer is married to Floor. I mean, he's not really new at this point. He's been in the band for 8 years. Dude, Shoemaker, I got the feels from a lot of those songs, man. It was cool. And I was blown away by Yuka. I know, I'm familiar with Yuka. I knew he was a good bass player. Dude, there were some parts where he was just ripping bass lines that I was like, holy fuck. He's doing really good. Have I seen Bandmaid's new stuff? I've seen a little bit of Bandmaid's new stuff. Not all of it yet. For which band do I work as a guitar tech? So up until recently, I've been with a country artist named Dustin Lynch for the past 5-6 years. But I've worked for a lot of bands. We've talked about that a lot. I don't want to like ignore your question because if you've never heard it, obviously you wouldn't know. But I do have a list of bands that I've worked for in the About Me section on my YouTube, if you're curious. And I haven't always been a guitar tech. I've done a lot of other jobs on the road. Any plans on reactions to more German bands? So I've got content for this week pretty much lined up already. Wednesday, I'm doing the new Powerwolf single. I've already finished that. Mari, I do feel like the mixing was a little bit better on the second show. It definitely felt like, to me, there might have been a few mixing changes. But I thought the first show sounded really, really good, too. That's an interesting point, Desmond. Like, I feel like North America and, like, got it the best for these live shows. Because day one for me was at 1 p.m. in the afternoon. And then the second night was at 7. But for everybody in Europe and on the other side of the world, man, you guys were up to like 4 in the morning. Like, what is Troy's space guitar? So I cover that in the video in detail, but he's playing a Charcoal Burst Artist Series PRS Custom 24, and he's using an E-bow, which is an energy bow or electronic bow, depending on who you talk to. So that I was waiting for people to ask that. I did not turn off the stream at all, so I did end up seeing She Is My Sin, Alpenglow, and I think there was 1 or 2 more that I hadn't heard. So I loved him, dude. I loved him. I thought it was great. I had fun. Did I see the new 12-Foot Ninja music video? No. I did not know they had a new one. Well, I'll throw that on the list. I love that band. Any plans to react to more Japanese rock bands? I mean, if I'm being honest, I don't really have plans. Some of these YouTubers actually like draw up their schedule and know exactly what they're gonna do. I don't. There are days where I sit down at my computer to do a reaction. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I go to the recommendations list and a bunch of other shit, and I decide, like, spur of the moment what I'm gonna do. So while I'm saying I don't have plans not to, I just don't know when I'm going to. You got to watch show 1 at the office, Brad? That's awesome. Probably, Lucas. I get a kick out of any gear. What do I think killed rock in the mainstream in the US? I have no idea. Mediocre music writing? I honestly, that's all. I know that sounds like a shitty answer, but man, when I turn on like active rock radio in the US now, It's the same shit. Like, that's why all these popular bands and bands that we're discovering and watching on YouTube and stuff are bands that like barely get any radio play. You know, I think it's funny too. I think a lot of these programmers killed, like program directors for rock radio also were part of the problem, because like, let's take Nashville's rock radio station, for example. Like, we play the best new alternative rock and hard rock and blah, blah, blah. And when you turn on the radio, all they're playing is like Nirvana, the Red Hot Chili Peppers, Rage Against the Machine. Don't get me wrong, good bands. But when you claim that you're playing and exposing the best new rock bands to the world and all you're playing is shit that's 20 to 30 years old. Yeah. I mean, Sandra says, oh, was rock killed? I mean, in terms of statistics and numbers in the US, rock and roll is currently the least listened to genre on the radio by far, and it's not even close. I mean, you can I've seen interviews with Jacoby from Papa Roach, like, talking about how rock music is just dying out. So it's not just people that think that. There are artists in the genre that think that their genre is like dying out. I do not have tickets to the Nightwish gig in October. With a 2-month-old, well, she'll not be 2 months at that point, but it's going to be a little hard to leave home for a few days to go to the East Coast or West Coast to go see that show. Am I still planning on doing those random bands from random country reactions? Yeah, that's one thing I want to get started, like, soon. Katarina, sorry. I actually plan on doing a few of the Eurovision videos, because I want to check out. I've heard a lot about, you know, the Italian band that won and Blind Channel, and I heard there's some other few interesting ones I should check out. Yeah, Brad, I saw that. I loved it. Carrie, take care. Thank you for being here. Vic, I agree, man. I was getting some people that were asking how I thought about that. They're like, isn't that kind of fucked up that Nightwish is giving copyright strikes for people like uploading this live stream? And personally, in this situation, I don't think so. I totally get where they're coming from. It's different, man. Like, when reactors do videos on YouTube, what's usually happening is we're taking a video that the record label or the band has already uploaded themselves, and it's been public. You know, I think blocks and copyright strikes on those are a little ridiculous depending on the situation, but in a situation like this is a paid live stream. You're basically flirting with illegal bootlegging. You're taking something that was just online for a paid audience, ripping it and putting it online for other people to watch for free. I'm fine with Nightwish taking the stance that they've taken in this situation. The closest I've seen Sabaton to me so far is at a festival in Louisville, but if they're in Tennessee, I will be here. Play Ya Ya Ding Dong. God, I love that movie. Claire and I watched that a couple times. See Germany in the house, Spain in the house, Mexico. Welcome, guys. Yeah, that's the other thing, too, is that U.S. rock radio doesn't really play a lot of European bands unless they're, like, huge. And by huge, I mean Rammstein. To Americans, Rammstein is, like, the biggest band ever in Europe right now. Like, and to a lot of them, they're, like, the only band. Like, the misconception that Americans, like, look at... They see what comes out of Europe in the mainstream, and that's all they really think about. There are so many good bands in Europe right now, but a lot of them don't get marketing or mainstream exposure in the U.S. And that's what's crazy, man, is like, you know, this YouTube channel for me, like, you know, a lot of people thank me for turning them on to new music and doing reactions. And I don't say that to be arrogant. I want to use this as a point. Like, I constantly thank you guys because while I might be turning on people to new music from a reaction, you guys are the ones that have told me about those bands to react to. Like, I've discovered so many bands on here that I hadn't listened to and probably wouldn't listen to, like, just because I never knew about them. Oh, we've got more. We've got Portugal, Cyprus, Slovakia, Denmark, Estonia, Poland. Oh, we're doing one of these right now. Oh, snow's almost gone in Canada. That's good. Yeah, while the Nightwish stream was on, I had the hockey games going on my phone. So I haven't listened to Pierce the Veil in a long time. But back in the day when I was in a band, like when they were first starting, we used to do shows with them. They're really nice guys. I can't say I'm too familiar with any of the music they've released in like the last 10 years though. Do I plan on reacting to Holkoff and Robtier? Robtier. Fuck, sorry if I say that wrong. I mean, I just found out who those two bands were about 3 days ago, so I might throw those in for sure. Belgium. Russia. Awesome. Wales. Well, at least you're speaking in English so we can understand you. Dude, I fucking love the Welsh language because it's so ridiculous. Josh, welcome to your first live stream. Yeah, I watched the Hockey World Championships. A lot of games go in different ways than I thought they would. Ha! Nice, Snoopy. Oh, give me 1 second, guys. Sorry, I had to get a baby bouncy out of my room. So we've already spent some time talking about the Nightwish virtual shows, so I'm not gonna like go into detail anymore, but I did love them. They were great, and it was fantastic. I watched them. The first one I watched with a bunch of friends, and then the second day I watched with Claire and Ingrid. Have I tasted the new Coca-Cola with coffee? Don't. I can tell you right now, I would not try that. Do a live reaction from an NHL game? That'd be fun. I couldn't stream it. I'd get in trouble for that. Oh, jeez. Catherine, that sounds miserable. We had one summer here in Nashville where it was like 110 degrees and our air conditioning went out for like a couple days. And we had to get it fixed and it was brutal. Yeah, Steven, I mean, that's pretty much what it is. And if you want to go even further into that with like songwriting and stuff like that, like especially with pop and the country market, like they'd be the first to tell you that they write on a formula. Like there's a reason that that music is so simplistic for the most part and sticks to a script or a formula, is because it's easy to digest for people. You know, pop radio, top 40, and country music in the United States are the two most listened to genres because it's so easy for people to digest and listen to. Like, there's some people when they listen to music, they don't want to listen to, like, you know, something like progressive rock or heavy metal where they have to think about what's going on and stuff like that. They just want to listen to something easy, and that's That's the best way to describe that. It's easy. It's easy listening music. I have checked out the new Spirit Box. I already filmed a reaction. That'll be out this week. I have not checked out the new Devil Wears Prada. I don't dislike the Devil Wears Prada, but I never really got into them. I have not forgot about Orden Ogan and Brothers of Metal. I just haven't gotten there yet. Yep, September 17th, new Spirit Box album. I have a vinyl pre-ordered already. Four-chord songs, Brad. That's what it is, man. I mean, I love Dustin. I think he's a great person, but some of his music is hysterical to me because, like, we'd be doing a live show and I could sing like 10 of his other songs over a song that he was playing. Because it is, country is like, there's a song called 3 Chords and the Truth that describes what country music is, and that's literally what country music is. It's usually 3 or 4 chords and just the truth. Just now, it's getting away from that nowadays. Nowadays with country, you could like throw in a certain list of words and it's usually beer, dirt road, pickup truck, like moonlight, something about a girl and her Daisy Dukes, and that's your country song right there. Which team gonna win the world championship in ice hockey? I have no idea on that. I'm not good at predicting stuff like that. Thank you, Kyle. I'll check that out. Any comments on the skeleton dance? I mean, I saw it twice. I think, if I remember right, they did Alpenglow in that place in the second day, and they still had the skeleton dance video on the green screen. That doesn't bother me. That shit happens, man. It's hard to pull off something live like that perfect. Have I ever listened to Miker? No, I have not. I've seen a lot of the behind-the-scenes stuff from Baba Yaga on Alex's Instagram, but I haven't watched the actual video yet. The Delta Saints, actually, it's funny you bring that up. Claire went to college with those guys. Have I heard the song Zero from Ghost Kid? I have heard every song by Ghost Kid. I fucking love his stuff. Do I think there'll be a video for the Boss Hoss cover of Hypa Hypa? I actually don't. I think it would have been out already. I think one of their band members just had a kid or something too, and it probably made it difficult for them to get it. But I don't know. Like, you know, we'll see. Have I heard Bo Burnham's song on country music? Yes, I have. I agree with all of it. It's hilarious. What exactly are Daisy Dukes? Daisy Dukes are jeans that have been cut off right about here, so your butt cheeks are hanging out. They're short shorts. I actually haven't heard Heaven Shall Burn's latest album. I need to check that out. How's the vinyl collection going? Pretty good. I mean, pretty much ever since I've started this YouTube channel, anytime a new band has come out that I've liked, I've pre-ordered their vinyl to try and help support their music and stuff like that. I have way more than what's hanging on the wall. I need to get going on my wall again so I can get them all up there. The Dixie Chicks got blacklisted from the music industry basically because they spoke out against politics, specific politics, right-wing politics. And in country music, you don't do that because your entire fan base is pretty much conservative, right-wing thinkers. So in my opinion, they got blacklisted because they publicly said things about politics that the majority of the country fan base doesn't agree with, and not only doesn't agree with, but takes very seriously and didn't like. So people decided they hated them. And that's really about it. And I'm not going to get into, what they said or whether they're right or wrong or stuff like that, but that's what happened. They said something that 90% of the country music industry didn't agree with and didn't appreciate, and they decided they were done with them. Which is unfortunate. It's like, I always hate seeing the argument that people make where they're like, musicians and movie stars and stuff should stay out. They shouldn't be giving their opinion on politics. Why not? They're citizens. They, the majority of them pay their taxes. They get to vote. What's the difference between a movie star or a musician giving you their opinion on politics when everybody else on the internet and everybody on here gets to say what they want too? Why do you get to say what you want to say, but somebody just because they're famous can't say what they want to say? If they vote and they're a citizen, they can say whatever the fuck they want. What's my favorite beer? I don't drink, actually. When I was drinking, though, it was either Guinness or I really liked Lagunitas, which is an IPA from Chicago. Yeah, the Dixie Chicks were canceled before cancel culture was a thing. And that's what's funny about that. This whole cancel culture thing has been politicized, where the conservatives say the liberals are canceling everything and stuff like that. And I was like, meh. Conservatives cancel just as much shit. Yeah, but freedom of speech doesn't protect you from the consequences of what you say. And regardless of what they, said, people didn't like it. I personally don't give a shit. They can. I don't care. People can say whatever they want, man. Yeah, Bree makes a good point. The thing that the Dixie Chicks talked about, they were speaking out about George Bush and stuff about 9/11, and it was right after 9/11 when American patriotism was crazy high, and people did not take kindly to it. Yeah, people only people only complain about anybody else's opinions when they don't agree with it. Yeah, we're not going to talk about the guy who's famous from reality TV becoming president. Where am I getting my vinyls? So I usually try and order them directly from the record labels. That's usually the best way to support the bands. Usually when these bands have pre-orders, they have a link in the description to their music videos and stuff, and I just go to whatever link they have posted and I just order from there. The funny thing is, too, is that, even bands that have always been political get shit. I saw a guy, it was a really, popular screenshot that went around, but, Tom Morello posts on Instagram about political issues all the time, and somebody was like, you and Rage Against the Machine should shut the fuck up and just keep playing music and not talk about politics. And I was like, have you ever listened to Rage Against the Machine? That's all their music is. 100% Smash B. The political climate in the U.S. right now, to me, tribalized is a good word for it, but I've been using the analogy of rooting for your favorite sporting teams. All the political parties in the U.S. right now, everybody picks a team, and they root for their team. And they don't care if their team is right or wrong. They just want them to win. That's what politics in the U.S. is right now. So I know what Bandcamp is, but I wouldn't say it's fairly popular. I could be wrong, though. Sure, why not? Thank you. I love Rise Against. I actually saw Rise Against like cutting their teeth in Chicago when they were a younger band because I grew up near them. Oh, I'm not even gonna lie. I don't listen to music on vinyl. Like, I don't even have a record player anymore. I'm not a sound engineer, but the way I've actually heard it described from other sound engineers is that listening to music on a vinyl is actually hearing it in its like purest waveform, because that's what a vinyl is. It's like when you listen to music digitally, like it gets compressed and stuff like that, but I actually don't listen to vinyls. I just buy them to support the bands, and then I pretty much hang them on my wall. Oh yeah, I've stayed away from the news so much lately. Like, it's on top of all the like just bullshit. It's like depressing to watch. I 100% agree with that and think the media has made tons of things worse. Social media is a big part of that. Social media has allowed for the spread of misinformation and tons of other crazy stuff, and let people say all the crazy shit they want to with no repercussions and nothing like that. I mean, it's crazy. The little one is doing great. She's having kind of a fussy couple days because she's in one of her little developmental leaps. Just under 3 weeks to go, huh? Well, good luck and congratulations. I hope everything goes well. Dude, I would love to go to Finland, man, whenever I get a chance. I want to visit a lot of countries in Europe that I've never been to on tour. Yeah, it's a good analogy, Alex. It's like politics are like the New England Patriots. Both sides cheat, but their fan bases ignore it. 100%. I'm not like I hope nobody's confusing what I'm saying. I usually don't get into these kind of discussions, and I kind of want to end it, but like, I hope nobody's taking what I'm saying as like taking a stance or a side, because honestly, I think like any political party is just absolutely full of shit. So, some more than others, but it's, yeah. So, Jibby, Ingrid, is it she doesn't really throw tantrums because she's too young. She just cries. She screams and cries. Going to Iceland in August. Nice. Have I been vaccinated? Yes, I've already gotten both of mine. I think I got my second one in March. I can't remember. It's okay if you're on my team. Yeah, pretty much. You ever try shaping your beard like Marco's? I mean, right now, I could probably, if I wanted to, like, split it. I could probably braid it or put a hair tie in it and get it, like, if I wanted to, I could probably start braiding it a little bit. But Marco's actually got a lot more beard length than I do, man. How do I like living in Tennessee? Well, moving here from Chicago originally, I love it. Mostly because the cost of living here is so cheap compared to where I grew up. I like living in Nashville. I don't know if I would live anywhere else in Tennessee, but I like it here. The summers kick my ass. I'm not built for heat. I'm a cold weather guy. You have a 4-year-old and it's not getting easier? Well, that's great. The lesser of the two weevils. Oh, what a pun. So right now I'm using my backup in-ears. I think my in-ears that I was using in that We Butter the Bread with Butter video, I think there's actually just a short in the electronics inside one of the ears, because like if I put my ear in and I like tap on it for a few times or turn the volume up really loud and like mess with it, it'll work for a while, but then it'll go out again. So I actually think it's a short. I don't think it's blown. I've actually run into Dave Mustaine in Nashville randomly before. I didn't talk to him or anything, but I kind of did. There's a taco place that Claire and I really like in an area of Nashville, and I walked in there one day and I saw the owner that I know really well. I walked up to him to just start talking. And he was talking to somebody. He's like, "Hey man, don't want to interrupt you, but I just wanted to say hi." And he goes, "Oh, what's up, man?" He's like, "Hey, you work in the music industry. Have you ever met Dave before?" And it was Dave Mustaine buying tacos. (2013 and 2). Oh. Your daughter turned 13 today. Teen Wars. I like it. I can't wait till she gets older, but things are so simple right now. Like, yeah, she's a baby and she can't talk and stuff, but like it's easy. You give her a bottle and you change her diaper and you play with her. Hi, Mandy. Wow, yeah, Ingrid got down at about 10 last night, and then she had a couple fussy moments throughout the night. Oh yeah, Orca, you've probably got some wars going on. Would I ever get starstruck? I'm trying to remember any specific scenarios where I've been starstruck on the road. I won't say I'm immune to it, but I've spent enough time on the road to like really, understand that all these artists and all these, I mean, they're people, and most of them have more problems than you and I do. Like, I'm trying to remember any time where I maybe have gotten starstruck. So, when I did the Van Halen tour, when I was doing merchandise in 2012, that tour, more than any other tour I've ever been on, had more celebrities and guests backstage than I've ever seen. And being young at the time, I think I was like 22 or 23 or something like that. I wouldn't necessarily say I guess you could say I was starstruck, because there were all these like movie stars and other people from bands backstage all the time that I was just like, oh my God, what are they doing here? Like, we did a show in San Diego, and we're sitting in, there's like 5 of us sitting in catering having lunch, like a late lunch, and Cameron Diaz walks in and just grabs food and was like, "Hey, you guys mind if I sit here with you guys and eat?" And we're like, "Yeah, okay." What's my song of the month? Oh, I don't know. I'd probably have to go to my iTunes and look at what I've listened to. Probably The North Star of Amnesia by Orbit Culture. I've also listened to all the Hypa Hypas a ton, and I've listened to Baba Yaga a lot too. So at this point, there's only 2 versions of Hypa Hypa that haven't been released as a video. Boss Hoss, which I don't think we're getting, and then the DJ remix or whatever it was. So I don't know if we're going to get another video or not. Any more Orbit Culture reactions? When they release new stuff, I have now listened to everything Orbit Culture has ever released. My opinion on the Gibson robotic guitars? Indifferent, but it wouldn't, like, I would still pick a regular guitar over the robotic. Yeah, with celebrities and other musicians and stuff, if you just treat them like normal people, like, that's all they want. Because they are. Like I said, I've toured with enough bands and I've been backstage enough to realize that they're normal people. And when I say normal people, I mean like they go through the same stuff we do. They have the same problems, like, and some of these people are assholes. I'm not even gonna lie. Like, some of these people I would never even want to hang out with, even though they're famous. Yeah, we'll probably get New Orbit Culture soon. I know they wrapped up a music video. Oh, nice. That's cool, Pamela. Yeah, and living in a place like Nashville, too. I mean, you could go to, like, a random place and see somebody who's considered famous. Your 3-year-old loves all the versions of Hypa Hypa? I mean, fuck, I'm almost 34 and I love all the versions of Hypa Hypa. I'll be 34 in 15 days. I think it's 15 days. I think it's 2 weeks from tomorrow. I need to check out Kardashev. It's funny because I'm actually friends with their singer, Mark. I've just never done a reaction to their stuff. I haven't listened to Beast in Black yet. I need to do that too. What newer Spirit Box single is my favorite for the new album? I'm not gonna lie, I really liked this new one, Secret Garden. I thought it was such a good risk that they took by putting out a song like this to really diversify just from being like that heavy, aggressive band. Nova Scotia, welcome. But Circle With Me was also kick-ass. Yes, June 14th is my birthday. I have not met Jonathan Davis, but I toured with Brian Welsh, Head from Korn, and he is such a nice guy. Dennis Rodman being nice does not surprise me. I've met Jason a few times. Don't get me wrong. I haven't sat and had great conversations with him, but I've been around him enough to he's a pretty big name in Nashville. Yeah, he's a really nice guy. Nice. Ooh, we got to do more Ancient Bards. Good shout. Outside of music and gaming, what are my hobbies? Food. I like to eat a lot of food. Do I like Amon Amarth? Yes, I do. I've tried to do a couple more of the reactions and they've been blocked. I like sports a lot. Growing up, I played baseball and football. Video games are a big one. I love to play Destiny, and I really like sci-fi stuff. I also like to read a lot. I don't know if anybody knew that. I like to read books a lot. What do I want as a birthday gift? Nothing. You guys just being here is enough for me. Yeah, Pamela, that's a good point. It's like you hear a lot of these stories about musicians in Nashville, especially, where people are like, oh, I ran into them at a restaurant and they were assholes. I was like, well, why do you say that? And they're like, well, I was finishing up dinner and I saw them having dinner with their family or something, and I went up to get an autograph and they told me to leave them alone. I was like, yeah, because they're sitting having dinner with their family. Like, you're the asshole in that situation. Like, these people are trying to lead normal lives and hang out with their families. Thank you. So they said hi, Claire's arm. Claire brought me a sausage biscuit. What kind of books? I like a lot of sci-fi stuff. But I also read a lot of other, I guess you could consider, interesting things. See, this year I've read... What have I read this year? Ready Player 2 and Ready Player 1 again. Oh, Steven, you're loading into a Nightfall? Nice. Yeah, I might be playing later. Actually, today, I'm not going to be streaming on Twitch. I think I'm going to take a break from the computer so Claire and I can catch up on things around the house and stuff like that. We got to have a day every now and then where we can just do stuff for us and hang out and stuff like that. And I think today is going to be that day. Dinner time. No, this is breakfast. $1,300 books. So right now, I just finished, I reread Armada by Ernest Cline because I like it a lot. And right now I'm actually reading a book on like modern paganism, and it's actually really, really interesting. I do like Dune. Favorite musician or band in my town? And fuck, there's too many musicians here. I don't know. Oh, I love Tolkien. I've read The Hobbit, The Lord of the Rings, all that stuff so many times. What metal band do I think should play a Super Bowl halftime show? I don't know, but the halftime shows, like, I get they're trying to market bands and stuff, and they're trying to make it family friendly, but I'm like, think about the typical American football fan that's like beer drinking, meat eating, meathead, like, and that's not all football fans, but it's just like, what makes you think that the average American football fan wants to watch the Black Eyed Peas at a halftime show? You know what I mean? Like, I don't know, it just seems weird. How many hours in a day do I have with all my activities? Not enough. I wish I had doubled the amount of time. I get into the Nashville scene. I wouldn't say country is my favorite genre, but I can get into it. I like a lot of older country. Dude, Iron Maiden doing a halftime show would be sick. Sabaton could do something cool for a Super Bowl show. But, like, that's the thing is, like, you know, they're trying to make it family friendly. They're trying to get household names in there that everybody knows. And there's probably money involved, too. I don't know if record labels or bands buy themselves into those. Do I have a favorite cartoon I still watch to this day? South Park. I watch so much South Park. Rock Private? All right, I'll check that out. Oh, Ellen, thank you for the recommendation. Black Label Society for halftime show? That'd be sick. Hold on, I'm going to take a bite of this. I'm probably going to get it all in my beard. Dude, Eskimo Callboy for the halftime show? I mean, let's be real, that would never work, you know? German band that the majority of people in the US, by comparison, don't know of. People would be like, what the fuck is this? I'm all for it. I wouldn't even say the average American football fan wants Leonard Skinner anymore. I think it's more modern. I think the American average football fan wants, like, Jason Aldean or Luke Bryan. Could be wrong, though. Oh, Toby Keith? Yeah. That's Red Solo Cup. Dude, there's certain foods that I have to avoid now because of the beard. Anything Italian, if I'm eating any kind of pasta, it's winding up in the beard. Have I ever been in a band, and if so, did you ever perform with any established bands? Yeah, I was in a band for quite a few years, and we did a lot of tours with, and we played with a lot of different bands. Our sound was, like, interesting enough that we could play with, like, heavier bands, but also with just rock bands. So we did tours with, like, Trapped, Red, Hailstorm, but then we'd also play with, like, A Day to Remember and All Time Low, and who else have we toured with? Mayday Parade, We did quite a few tours. I would love to see Garth Brooks at a Super Bowl halftime show. I love Garth Brooks. I saw Garth Brooks in concert a few years ago, and it was mind-blowing. Florida Georgia Line is an interesting one for me because while I don't like their music, I love their entire touring crew. A lot of the guys in Florida Georgia Line's camp in terms of touring have worked with a lot of other big bands and like came out of like the Warped Tour scene and stuff like that. It's like their stage manager used to stage manage Nickelback. One of their guitar techs used to work for Taking Back Sunday. Another guitar tech worked for Red. Another guitar tech worked for Skillet. Like they have a fantastic crew and band, and I love all those guys a ton. Haven't spent a lot of time around the two band members, but like in terms of their touring band and their crew, I fucking love those people. They are awesome. What do I think about second and third party ticket sales? I mean, if we're talking about like bootlegging and stuff, people like buying face value tickets and upselling, I mean, I guess I understand what people are trying to do. They're trying to make money, but it does make it more difficult for people that actually want to see an event to get to see an event. Oh, thank you so much for leaving those links in there. That makes it very easy. Appreciate it. Oh, nice. Dude, the Hailstorm people are fantastic. I loved touring with them. They are nice people. I do love Hank the Third. Not gonna lie. Florida Georgia Line and Luke Bryan were the first two big country stars he saw live. Nice. Concert with my band, 12 Foot Ninja, Ailstorm, and Rammstein. Do I have to pick one, or is that the lineup? If I have to pick one, I think my band probably would have fit with Ailstorm the most. Or 12 Foot Ninja. Definitely not Rammstein. Yeah, fuck scalpers. Yeah. I would like to go to Louder Than Life up in Louisville. I just don't know if I'm going to have the time with, you know, having a young kid and stuff. What do I think of Skillet? I'm kind of indifferent to their music. There's some songs I've really enjoyed. There's some songs that I've just been like, eh. But as people, they're super nice. I've actually toured with Skillet a lot. I've never worked for them. I've been on tours with them. And their crew and their band, like the band members are super nice. The crew is super nice. Oh, I forgot Indy 500 to say. Have I ever heard Evil in a Closet by In Flames? I've heard everything by In Flames. In Flames is my all-time favorite band. Oh, I listened to a lot of Dwight Yoakam back in the day. With growing up, my dad played it a lot. Oh, you saw Hailstorm at Buffalo, Chip? Nice. I've been there. I've done a show there. It's wild. Sturgis is wild. Concert with Hailstorm, Nanowar, and Windrose would be awesome. That seems like it would work. Like they should get on that. I do like Starset, yeah. P. Jameson, thank you for being here. Have a fantastic day. Oh, I've seen Steel Panther so many times. I have friends that work for them, too. Any plans for a new tattoo? God, I haven't gotten a new tattoo in so long just because... I mean, I've been... The one time I was going to get tattooed was on a day off on tour. And then recently, and then I thought about it, and I was like, ooh, I don't know if I want to get a bunch of tattoo work done and then have to work like 12 hours a day sweating and getting dirt all over me and stuff. Seems like a bad idea. Yeah, I love In Flames, man. I do need to check out Magnetic North. Unleash the Archers opening for Nightwish, that'd be awesome. Have I ever met Ronnie or Corey? I've not met Ronnie. I have met Corey briefly. Corey's wife used to be a production assistant for Skillet way back in the day. And Corey was at one of the shows. We were touring with them once. It was just like a quick, hey, how's it going? Like, it wasn't, I never really spent any time talking to him or anything. Do I speak Russian? I do not. The dope tattoo. I think that's going to happen, actually. Have I ever heard of Dropkick Murphys? Absolutely. I love Dropkick Murphys. I actually know one of their singers pretty well. Opinion on Weird Al? I love Weird Al. I grew up listening to so much Weird Al. Vegas or Colorado? I mean, I'm not rooting for either. I think Vegas can win. Vegas in 7. I haven't listened to Trivium in a long time either. I listened to them a lot in like the mid to late 2000s, but I haven't listened to them much. Do country concerts in Nashville end up being as disgusting as ours in Pittsburgh? Country concerts everywhere end up being as disgusting as everywhere else. It's ridiculous, dude. Country live shows are the most debaucherous place I've ever seen. People are ridiculous. It's like they party like there's no tomorrow. People go to country concerts to drink, fight, and hook up. Habs or Leafs? Gotta go Leafs. My favorite NHL team is the Chicago Blackhawks. That's where I grew up. That's my hometown team. But I do root for other teams for personal reasons. Like, I am rooting hard for the Winnipeg Jets in this playoff year because one of my friends plays for the Jets, and I would love to see him make it far in the playoffs and possibly win a cup. If there was a metal Eurovision, who should represent the U.S.? Wow. I don't know. Because I'm assuming we're going on like normal Eurovision rules. It's got to be somebody that's fairly unknown, right? Violent Gentleman is a hockey club / clothing brand that was started by a couple people in Southern California. And it's just hockey-based apparel. And I really like it. I love hockey. And it's really comfortable, so it works out. What countries have I been to on tour? Oh, a lot. I mean, all of North America, which is, I mean, US and Canada. I've actually never been to South America anywhere. The furthest south I've been in on this side of the world is Mexico. But Europe, I've pretty much done. I've done all the UK. I've done, and then Ireland. I've done a lot of European countries except for Far Eastern European countries, and I've never done any of the Nordic countries, which is a bummer. Been to Australia, New Zealand, the Philippines, Japan, been all over. Who should represent Canada? Walk Off the Earth, probably. That's probably. I think that would be a good choice for Canada. The rule is that the song has to be new. Okay. What sauce do I have? There's no sauce in it. It's just a sausage patty and then this homemade, like, biscuit that Claire made. Yeah, I know Mexico's North America. That's why I said the furthest south I've been in North America is Mexico. Romania, huh? I'm Romanian, actually, on my mom's side. My grandmother on my mom's side is Romanian. The only reason I don't say Unleash the Archers for Eurovision is because I'm thinking about the overall theme of Eurovision and how the visuals and everything usually looks. Walk Off the Earth just seems a band that's like tailored for Eurovision. Now, if you're asking like if I could just pick anybody because I like them, yeah, it would probably be Unleash the Archers. Are there any South American metal bands? Fuck yeah, there are. Metal's huge in South America. I am not going to stream on Twitch today. Claire and I need a day at home to just hang out and like catch up on laundry and tons of stuff like that. So I'm not going to stream today. I might stream tomorrow. Dude, anytime anybody brings up South American metal, Sepultura is always the first band that comes to my mind. And then from Sepultura, when Max left and started Soulfly, I loved Soulfly when I was younger. Oh, that's awesome. I saw somebody say, you're my 4-year-old son's favorite reactor. He mimics your headbanging. Make sure he's staying safe, though. I've hurt myself headbanging. Roy, take care, man. Guys, I just noticed, yes, I did watch the Nightwish show. Both of them. We've talked about that a lot already. I'm going to have a video coming out this week of like a gear breakdown and talking about the show and how I felt about it and stuff like that. So I've been here for over an hour, and today, Claire and I are going to have a day at home where we're going to catch up on stuff around the house and stuff like that. Yes, you can ask. I am 33. I'll be 34 in 15 days. Gears, thank you very much. Let Converge represent North America? That'd be insane. So I'm gonna wrap up here. I just want to say thank you guys for taking the time to hang out with me and stop in and stuff like that. This week on oh, hold on real quick. Oh, I don't want to mess this up. Is it pronounced Timur? Timur? I do not want to mess that up because that is a unique name that I'm not familiar with. But if you're watching, buddy, hello, welcome. We're going to be wrapping up here in a second. As always, thank you guys very much for spending some time with me. This week on the YouTube channel, we're gonna have some fun stuff. Tomorrow, I'm actually posting a reaction of a unsigned band from Helsinki, Finland. And when I say unsigned, I mean like they're a local band. When I reacted to their video, I think it had like 700 views on it. I was pleasantly surprised, man. I hope you guys enjoy it. It's fun actually checking out like some really smaller bands on the channel. Wednesday, new Powerwolf single. Friday, new Spirit Box single. And then sometime this week, I'm also gonna release my like post-show Nightwish live stream thing that I recorded last night after the show. So, but anyways, guys, thank you for being here. I appreciate all of you very, very much. You know, I'm not going to stream on Twitch today, but I am going to try to tomorrow or so. And I'll be on Discord and stuff like that too. So wherever you are in the world, be safe, be kind to people, take care. I'll see you guys very soon. And yeah, have a great day wherever you're at, man. This is a great start to my morning. So hopefully you guys enjoyed it. I will see you all very, very soon.